reliable defender. 1976 Summer Olympic Games. Bronze medal. Pakistan. Chul. Welcome along to the second game of the day here at the Valley Tennis Centre, where it's England versus Pakistan. My name is Dan Strange. I've got Scotland and Great Britain international Olympian Morton next to me. Lee, it's warm enough in the commentary box for a game like this. How do the players focus in this level of heat?
Yeah, good afternoon. Again, another hot day. You know, Pakistan have played back-to-back games in this heat, so it'll be interesting to see how they can cope with it. England a little bit fresher, but as we've said many times, not quite used to this kind of weather, so it'll be interesting to see how they also fare, given the fact that they also like to play man-to-man attacking hockey.
The heat warnings that there are in the UK at the moment as Pakistan win the first free hit, and it's just taken away quickly by Arshad. Still in place till tomorrow, 1 minute to midnight. Over the next hour, on the app I'm reading, it will hit 35 degrees, but I'd say it feels hotter. Aerial ball is long by Abu Bakr, and something to chase for Ahmad Nadeem. No one's inside the circle for him, so he has to get creative. Eventually, Hamaduddin offered himself, and Waller comes away. Of course, Lee, these two got a good look at each other at the World Cup qualifiers. They then get drawn against each other at the World Cup as well.
Yeah, having not played each other in quite a long time, they're now very familiar opponents over the next few months and in the previous months. It'll be interesting to see today, like again with India, Pakistan, know each other a bit more, but seeing if there's any slight changes to how they play ahead of a busy World Cup schedule.
England have the advantage in the World Cup head-to-head. They also unbeaten in 6 head-to-head meetings. Pakistan last beat England, not Great Britain, England, I believe, 2001, which surprised me somewhat. I confused myself as well because I remembered watching Olympic Games between Pakistan and Great Britain, which I was sure Pakistan had won after 2001, but then I remembered I was looking at the wrong country, essentially. You know, Great Britain-England thing, it even sometimes confuses us Brits, as picked up by Ghaznfar Ali. And Pakistan spreading the game again as they did yesterday. And Shakil moves it on to Mohamed Abdullah. Lovely quick hands. For both these teams, it's going to be about adapting, isn't it? Because England play in a way that if they get on top of Pakistan, Pakistan really could struggle to keep pace with them. But for England, they don't play many teams who will play in this style, who are that as talented as Pakistan can be with stick on ball.
Yeah, and it's finding the balance. I'm not sure if you hear it on the commentary there that James always screaming at the England forwards to get more pressure on the ball. They didn't want to sit back. But the issue you have is that long high ball that Pakistan pose, and we saw an example there, and I think Zach Jones spoke about it in his pre-game interview, that is a key theme. Yeah, a lot of individual skills from Pakistan, but a real high ball threat.
.63, that win was in the Champions Trophy of 2001. Wallace plays the ball through, collected by Salisbury down to Ward. Ward pops it across, holds on, plays it back cleverly. No one was there, and the lead Rana gave away the free hit. Into the circle it goes. Pakistan stop. Ward doesn't, penalty corner. Well, that was about not stopping until the umpire blows the whistle.
Absolutely. Relatively cheap corner to give away, and I think Pakistan are going to refer it here.
This is a team referral from Pakistan. They're asking for a back stick inside the circle on the shot.
All right, I'm checking for a back stick from England, Pakistan.
Back stick from England.
Can we go just...
Last Asian Games final. It's last Asian Games final between India and Japan in Hangzhou in China. India won comfortably. I missed the question they asked here, Lee.
I believe they were looking for a back stick
Back
off
stick.
the shot from Roper. I think a very early referral call here, unless they're certain of it as we see it.
Sarah, there's no advice possible. I don't have a good slow-mo to take a judgment, so you can keep with the penalty corner, but they keep their referral.
Okay.
So due to
There's
the fact
no
that
advice possible. Yeah. So it's a penalty corner, but you there's no advice possible. Okay. So they'll keep their.
So basically, because the pictures that could be offered didn't give a decisive view to Sophie Bockelman, Pakistan keep their referral, but England keep their penalty corner. Hooper and Ward stand next to each other. Hooper it will be. Big deflection to Salisbury, rear Ward. Of course, Tom Salisbury can't rejoin it, well, England can't huddle at all, so he can't go to check. That's why he looked for the call. Hooper again. Oh, now that's going to hurt. It's too high and dangerous, and the player is down on their haunches, and that really will have hurt. And Will Calnan is offering condolence.
Have we got time? Yeah, we'll take time, no problem. But do you need someone on? No.
Shows how tough the players. Do you need someone on? No, fine. I'll be okay.
Yeah, that's high. Looks like not sure if it was on his knee or even higher. Yeah,
On the hip.
Almost just below the hip, and knowing Ben Hooper, he can.
The ball's moving, isn't it?
Sam Hooper, sorry, he can flick a ball very fast. That one had to hurt, but like you said, he's made of stern stuff. We're not needing any treatment. He just runs off.
Manon got injured yesterday as well in the India game. He's had a tough few days. He's been in a few nasty knocks as Ahmed offloads back. Sorry, Arshad offers the ball back, and Abu Bakr, who an interview we did, Lee, earlier on, we said was one of the ones to watch just for the way he solidifies everything at the back for Pakistan, who burst through the dive. Payne had to be on his mettle there because diving in front of him was Afraz. Well, mate, Liam Sanford was also diving across full stretch.
Yeah, good commitment from both players there, but a good phase of attack from Pakistan.
Here's Pakistan's weight. Mohammed Ahmad was on the ball. The former Olympian. Be happy with how Pakistan have started here. Back it goes to Moeen Shakil. Scorer yesterday. Here he is once more. Poor first touch. 72nd cap. Played at the Hockey Fives World Cup in 2024. What does it say, Lee? 34, is that?
34.1 pitch side.
34.1. Nice if you're lying on a sunbed in Portugal or the south of France.
Yeah, I've got that to look forward to in a couple of weeks. I'm heading off to Portugal, so I'll enjoy that. But right now it's rather unpleasant because there's no escape.
Ball into the middle. Abu Bakr holds deep, and again he finds Moeen Shakil, who looks forward. Doesn't see actually many options that he could go to quickly, so Will Calnan goes and has a look at Abu Bakr, who throws the pass. That is trickery at its absolute best. Over on the far side, collected by Nadeem Khan. The trick shot, Lee. Played it up in the air and trapped it again.
Yeah, fantastic piece of skill. You know, maybe it was a bit too ahead of play, but sliding to keep it in, great commitment, and then, yeah, to bring that down was fantastic.
Royden Turner pops it back inside. Salisbury. Royden Turner's outside him. Doesn't quite get the connection, but that's an exciting start from this young debutant.
Absolutely great pressing. creates a good chance for his team. Unlucky with that final ball across, but yeah, promising start from him on his debut.
Taylor has absolutely wellied that, and somehow Ward kept it in. Ward sends it back with a little less venom. Taylor high. I thought he's played very well this week. Taylor on the ball again, into the edge of the circle. Park, big deflection, but it's Pakistan's ball.
Yeah, but surprised there with Park. I think he probably had a bit more time than he thought to maybe execute a shot. Looks like he's trying to feed it across for a teammate at back post, but just too high.
Straight at Ward, who ended up rolling around on the floor.
Yeah, 2 tricky passes given to Ward in the last minute. I'm not sure he'll want that for much longer.
Not sure what he said to his teammates before the game here. They're peppering him, aren't they? Of course, Sam Ward used to wear basically compression tights, didn't he? Nearly 10 years ago now. He wore them definitely for the Hockey World League finals, remember, in India in 2017. Doesn't seem to wear them anymore. That was, I believe at the time, it was more about sort of scar tissue on the knee trying to protect.
Yeah, regardless of the weather, as someone that likes to slide around the back post, I spoke to him once and said, what is this for? And like you say, hockey players always getting cuts by sliding, and a man that slides a lot and spends a lot of time on the floor just to protect himself.
Ball down the line, looking, searching. He finds Hamaduddin. Clever from him. Of course, yesterday in the India-Pakistan game, Lee, I thought it was a game, the sort of attitude of the game, as it were, was nice is a dreadful word, but it actually felt like a really nice game to watch. And the handshake at the start I thought was a lovely touch. Abu Bakr and Harmanpreet. Pakistan coming back into it late on, but it was India's 3 points.
Yeah, and we could hear the Pakistan interview before by Junaid Khawaja saying that the aim of today was just to build on that performance from yesterday, and I think that's what you're seeing. I think they'll be happy with their start. Yeah, they've given away a penalty corner or two, but that is extremely unlucky. A high ball, but what a take that was.
Arshad has just played that at shoulder height, and to be fair to yesterday's goalscorer Ahmed Nadeem, he took the ball down.
I understand why it was given for the high ball, but given how incredible that take was, if I was umpire, I'd have let that go, because that was fantastic.
You can't deliberately play the ball in the air in that style. You can flick it in the air, you can't hit it or slap it deliberately in the air. Was it David Ames? You would have been playing in the Olympic qualifiers in Oman. Didn't he slap one forward that someone scored and it got disallowed for the deliberate lifted ball?
Yeah, and it's a tricky one to know if it's deliberate or it just accidentally came there. Like that one there, I don't think he's meant to lift it.
I don't think he was
just in it's just a skill. But I believe back in the day you used to be able to deliberately slap it high rather than using the arrow. You could slap it. I think I'm too young for that, but I couldn't imagine that being a rule these days.
We used to be able to lift it at penalty corners as well until it may have been. I mean, this is really testing my knowledge because I was about 4 at the time. But in Seoul, 1988, it may have been the Olympics before where someone got hit really nastily on the line, and therefore they started to change the rules. I'm sure I'll now have some keyboard fans telling me. Abdullah offloads. Pakistan have started well. Of course, England are having to really be stretched here because of how Pakistan are playing. Collected by Wahid Ashraf Rana in the midfield. Whistle goes, umpire Limp gives it England's way.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought coming into the game that we might see a full press from England as Zach Walsh breaks in.
Salisbury chasing.
Yeah, we saw in the game yesterday that when India played a deeper zone, Pakistan looked quite comfortable and had chances. Second half, when India went man-to-man, they started to struggle. And I'm surprised we've not seen England maybe starting on the front foot and going full press and just setting off a little bit.
James Albury has spent a bit too long in the gym and overthrew that aerial. I think advertising hoardings behind. Interesting result last night, Lee, with Australia winning 2-0 against the Netherlands.
Yeah, big result. And, you know, I think Australia really started to find some form, and even though here they might not have had the results, the performances have been really strong. And yeah, I think to go over there and get a 2-0 win against the reigning Olympic champions is a big result.
Nice drive by Moeen Shakil, and then Waller, I guess. Fouled by Mohamed Ahmad coming back through. Wallace seemed very deliberate by Mohamed Ahmad, just stopping the play. Waller, clever ball, part into the play, and again it's that man, Abdul Manan. He's a brave one, isn't he?
Absolutely, body on the line for the team. We saw it yesterday, and we've seen a few instances of it today, and I think that's what we need lots of for Pakistan to try and get a result from this.
He scored his first, or his only 2 goals he scored. 2022 at the Asia Cup, a 13-0 win against Indonesia. And of course, it's an interesting one as you go into, as Pakistan break down the right-hand side. Inside the circle is Waleed Rana, but eventually falling to the turf. Questions being asked by Afraz who it was on the ball. And Pakistan have been given a penalty corner. Pakistan doing really well. Afraz picked it up.
Let's go, boys. One runner. Everyone refocus here. This is really important.
Umpire Lim just giving himself a moment to think.
20 seconds.
Involved in the previous Pro League leg. In Hong Sen, in fact, neither of these umpires were, I don't believe. And then flying in from Singapore for this one. Does Pakistan have a chance? Goes wrong off the top. Abu Bakr still tries to throw the drag flick in and gets the re-award.
Almost similar to yesterday, a breakdown execution of the corner. Done well to get that going towards goal, and yeah, just off the foot, another one. Similar to yesterday, against the run of play, this could be a, if they execute, Pakistan could take the lead.
Pakistan deal really well with breakdown penalty corners. Again, is there, as is Arbaz Ahmed. Abu Bakr, this time it's better. Big old drag across, re-award again, and poor Nick Park is wincing under the mask.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of #1 runners taking some nasty hits in this Pro League block here.
This time, Abu Bakr just gives himself space a bit more to the left. It will be him again. Big old one, good save, Ollie Payne. That's a really, really strong save from Amsterdam's Ollie Payne. And the pass just behind Goodfield. That was a gilt-edged chance for Goodfield to take on the quick break.
Yeah, as we just see the corner here again, we spoke about it several times. On that right-hand side of the goal tends to be the goalkeeper side, but it was travelling some speed and Payne had to be aware. But a promising few signs from Pakistan, really in the game and creating chances.
Zakaria wins the sideline ball. Park had to leave 5. You're looking ahead to the World Cup, Lee. Wide open in the Men's World Cup. If you had to pick a team now, you absolutely is on the line. Who would you say are the favourites? This is a hard question to answer. Who are your favourites for the World Cup?
Yeah, you definitely put me on the spot. I think no matter who I answer, I'll get a few friends from different nations giving me some stick. I think you're probably going to have to say Belgium for me. Partly at home, current top of Pro League. I mean, they've not been beaten yet in the Pro League, so I think you're looking at
their squad yesterday as well.
A strong squad as well. I think they're a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, strong squad with some changes to boot as Rowan Turner throws that one under his arm. It wasn't an absolute nailed-on squad though. They, you know, Balthazar and a few others who have only come into the programme in the not too distant past in the group. No surprise, the likes of Hendricks and Victor Wenye will be terrorising midfielders.
For sure, a really strong team. I think it'll be tough. There'll be a few good ones.
So Lee Morton, as a penalty corner is given, predicts a Belgium win on home soil, because that's where the final will be in Wavre at the Belfius Stadium. England have another penalty corner. England have to be ready. Sarah Wilson saying the hooter's going to go, yeah, because it's 4.2 seconds left on it. I thought she meant on the 40-second countdown. I was thinking it's not nearby. But what will happen here is the hooter will go and England will carry on until the ball is either cleared or in the goal, or a rear ward. Ward, that is going to be another penalty corner. There goes the hooter. Well, Sam Ward did that all so fast. The hooter goes after the decision, so England can flood players forward. Nurse the last to join. Ward again peppering. That's a very, very well run line by that brave player, Abdul Manan, who we've already recognised for being courageous. Consistently selected for major events since the 2022 Commonwealth Games. At the end of the first quarter, the players rush for shade. England 0, Pakistan 0. Both teams, Lee, have had their opportunities. Afraz Azeva looks lively for Pakistan. We're now going to have an extended quarter break.
Yeah, I think Pakistan will be very happy with how they've played so far. The game has been down to corners. PCD's been executed so well, which is why we found ourselves goalless. But promising from Pakistan.
So this is how the start of the game went. Green shirts in the first game against England here in London. Good save that from Ollie Payne. He's travelling. I mean, goalkeepers do offset as he did there. Steps across very well indeed. And that is the corridor behind the tunnel where Pakistan have gone. They've got 2.5 minutes left. And for context on the heat, Lee, we've both been in that tunnel. That you don't walk in there and go, oh God, it's really, really ice cold in here. But it shows how warm it is outside, that they've raced for just any time out of the sun possible. Yeah,
that's probably a good mid to high 20s in there, but a few degrees warmer than outside, so it's a good respite, but I can imagine it's still pretty toasty in there.
People won't believe me, but we were talking to Manpreet yesterday, weren't we, after the game, and he did look at us both as he's sort of dripping with sweat, and he said, wow, it's really hot here. And we were sort of laughing, saying, well, you train in Bangalore, Manpreet, and he said, no, but it feels different here because there's no aircon to escape into and elements like this.
Yeah, again, probably guys like that are more used to it, but again, we don't really have a setup here to escape the heat. Aircon's not really prevalent in the UK, and yeah, I think it's just a different type of heat. And yeah, we saw even those hard veterans that have played in a lot of heat struggling as it's creeped up to 34.7 bench side.
Under the shades is a cool customer, Olympic medalist. Pakistan have, as we see Rohan Bui return to the pitch, they've threatened England at times. Mazzarello comes back in. How would you like to see them take it up another gear? What are the improvements, what are the developments for the green shirts?
I think there'll be a lot of more of the same. They've created corner chances. I think they'll be looking for execution. You know, the very first one was a breakdown. After that, they've had two and they've forced Payne into saves. But I think they'll be pretty happy how they've started. They've not given away any clear-cut chances. Their PCD, like yesterday, has been excellent. So they'll hopefully not give away, but I think they'll back themselves. If they can convert the PC attacks, I think they'll be very happy.
As the Steadicam operator, he's done a fabulous job. Makes his way off the pitch. It means we're ready to go after that elongated break. Strong start for Michael Royden Turner. Ward, as the England fans and Pakistan fans take shelter, the one bonus is, and we've commented on this up here a lot this week, Lee, there is a bit of a breeze at Lee Valley. There's always a breeze basically going in the direction today that England are playing in this first half. It's literally heading towards the velodrome from the London 2012 Olympic Games and onwards towards an impressive shopping centre that there is nearby.
Yeah, we're being treated to a breeze every now and then, and I know that a lot of the volunteers around Lee Valley today have got water cans that are spraying the fans to give them that gentle cool down, and I think that just shows you how hot it is, and these players don't have that luxury, so I think you'll start to see them struggling with the heat.
Aubrey finds Waller clips it across pitch. Sanford has removed his headband. I think as a commentator, players should either have to wear them or not in a game. It confuses you otherwise. As Park, who is from a similar part of the world to Liam Sanford, wins the free hit. Aubrey, ball from him. Nurse finds Aubrey again. Part of that ever successful Old Georgians team. Fox. Waller just pops it back to Nurse. Aerial from Taylor. Fox is there. Edge of the circle on his own right-hand side. Clips it across. It's a really good ball. And the likes of Mikey Royden Taylor in the middle of Turner, sorry, in the middle of the circle, livid with himself that he didn't gamble. Yeah,
very good ball then. It comes from nice patient play from England, as we just see it on the replay. A little lifted ball over from Fox. Yeah, Ward just misses it, and like you said, Royden Turner at the back post. But a good attack from England there, and breaching their deep defence of Pakistan. They'll be looking for more of that.
Down the line it goes. Royden Turner. He's getting in the right position. He's almost berating himself. Watched him a couple of times, just shaking his head, but he's very much in the right sort of positions to threaten here. This number 74 for England, as we said earlier, grew up in South Africa, making his debut. Former Oxford player. Fox wins a free hit. It's interesting talking to Ben Fox the other day. I really feel he's a developing, improving international player, and he's one of those, it does take time, especially in a team like this. What's he got, 30 caps today, the 24-year-old. It takes time to bed in a team like England because they've got some really experienced players. So you almost have to take your time to prove yourself.
Yeah, and getting used to the intensity and the standard of international hockey. He's done extremely well from when he first started to now. Yeah, he's looking well established, and yeah, he doesn't look out of place. He's one of the strong players, and yeah, we see it there in terms of defence is a real quality of his.
Bowie found Calnett, who finds Abu Bakr, and Pakistan break down the right-hand side. Gazanfar Ali turns in and out under pressure from Wallace, and then it's won by Bowie and Wallace again. Well in by Ward. Free hit given England's way. And that's the sort of thing Sam Ward can add to the forward line, is this willingness just to chase anything, even when it's a lost cause sometimes. Calnett, that's a cracker of a tackle from Zikria. Had to get it absolutely perfect, and did. And here he continues through at full speed with Rana up ahead of him. Afraz up there too. Rana can't get there. That goes England's way.
Yeah, as we see it, and again, a great break from Pakistan. Yeah, he goes for the unselfish play to try and feed it to teammate. I was almost expecting just to take it into that backspace and get a goal, but he went for the unselfish play.
Changes for Pakistan as Wahid Rana comes in. Sorry, Waleed Rana. 22. Number 8 is Wahid Ashraf Rana. But he gets dispossessed. It's Pakistan's way, and suddenly nothing Sanford could do. They can't review it in the middle of the park. Sanford was just running away, they pushed it into the back of him. There's nothing he can do there.
And he's got a green card for
Okay.
it.
Maybe we'll see then on a different angle that the umpire saw. It looked to me like Liam just turned and ran away, Sanford. Clearly something else happened as Hooper stepped through.
I think he'll always be a little bit annoyed knowing him that it initially looked like it was given as England's ball, and then he wasn't given the chance to retreat and set up. And yeah, we've not seen it back yet, but it did look like he was running back and the ball got pushed into him.
Height from Park, who's switched wing. Goodfield leans on his stick in the centre of Ali Razad's goal. He's taking a moment's breather. It's picked up by Walid Rana. Walid just locked in, battle on the halfway line. Fox it is that he battles with. England's ball. Voila. Looking for Goodfield, who first touch wasn't perfect. That's a really strong tackle down in the bottom corner. And then the foul on Zakir. It was who did the tackling. Fox. Salisbury places himself on the penalty spot. Lean goal scoring from Tom Salisbury. It's about 2 games since he scored, isn't it?
Yeah, I won't call that his dry spell, but you know, if I could go 2 games without scoring and that was a bad stint, I would absolutely take it.
Fox with the error. Of course, Johnny Sturch-Hibbert came into the squad as well this week. Let's see whether he gets a go. 3 caps so far for another University of Exeter player.
Yeah, I think he was really unfortunate. He came in on his first set of caps. It performed extremely well, and then unfortunately got injured and has spent a bit of time out. I believe he's back now, but yeah, I think he was riding a good wave, having just performed well in his debut, and was unfortunate to be injured. But hopefully we'll see him back on the pitch and in an England shirt.
Pretty sure he played against Wales in some friendlies a couple of months ago now, just sort of towards the back end of the league season in the UK. It took place at Bisham Abbey. Out on the left-hand side, Arshad waits, wanting the ball. Lovely, well, not lovely from Abu Bakr, because he gave it straight to Sam Ward. Wallace delays onto the reverse stick. It opened up for him. No danger given. Of course it goes, and Ali Razza's there again for the long corner. Hooper finding himself the player up on the left-hand side. Oh, now that was travelling. Oh. It's going on goal, England are saying, but it's dangerous. And
you can ask, either want to tee it or you don't. For me, it's dangerous. I think he's too close. There's lots of players in the way. You can talk, everyone else go away then.
If he's more than 5 yards away?
It doesn't matter. You still have a duty to hit the ball safely and not dangerously. It's into a crowd of players. Okay? Yes.
Sarah Wilson's brilliant umpiring here has just saved England. She's done nothing wrong, she just explained the scenario, but she's actually saved England wasting a referral. And the reason is, just because a shot is on target doesn't mean it's automatically a penalty corner, because the nuance in the rule is, if it's an unsafe shot, the umpire's #1 role is player welfare, and therefore that trumps a shot on goal.
Yeah, and I think that's great to see from an umpire, where they let the team know that not everyone would know of that nuanced rule, and just letting them know you can refer it, but it's probably not going to go in your favour, so maybe you should just save it. But yeah, that was travelling, and it's, well, I think we're just happy to see that no one's serious injured from that.
Poor Abu Bakr wore it in the shoulder. In England, I think, as we could see from up here, and Sarah Wilson explained eloquently. Probably fortunate not to review because it would have been deemed dangerous. Pakistan will be delighted with how they've controlled the game at times themselves. Sanford does well. Player didn't give 5 metres to Sanford.
But yeah, just touching on what he said, I think Pakistan are going to be extremely happy with how they've played so far. Well, it's been a while since we've seen any real chances. I know we just had that shot there, but deemed dangerous. They've not been scrambled too much. They're looking fairly comfortable in their deep zone. They've offered a few attacks, maybe not so much in this second quarter, but we find ourselves with 5 minutes to go in the half and it's 0-0. I think they'll be extremely happy with how they've performed so far.
Wallet into Moin Shakil. Aerial ball and a chance now for Pakistan to break. Lovely ball down the line to Rana. Wahid Ashraf Rana. He's so tricky, and that's very well done by Taylor. And then quickly eyes up and off it goes, and England just Ward up front at the moment. Calnan in and out to Nurse. Bowie might look for Ward down the line, he doesn't. Taylor. Nurse. Do you know when it is the England squad gets announced for the World Cup? Is it after the Pro League? I'm assuming they wouldn't do it mid-leg. I mean, Belgium, it's a funny one for Belgium to do, to be fair. I assume it was between legs, essentially, but as Sanford gets dispossessed, and now England have to be really careful because players are rushing forward, and it's offloaded by Ahmad. Up high is Afraz, getting there is Rana, also there is Ahmad as well, and losing the ball is Ahmaduddin. But Pakistan into the circle. Flashes across! And it's a cracker of a finish! And it is Wahid Ashraf Rana with the overhead smash in the middle of the goal. And Pakistan haven't just started well, they've taken the lead.
Yeah, well executed finish there. Almost similar to the opening goal yesterday, a high ball over, and he's absolutely smashed into the goal, as we see here. Great carry along the baseline, fizzled across, hard to defend, and someone has to be able to tap into the back post, and he's not just tapped it in, he's absolutely smashed it.
He celebrated in exactly the same manner as Ahmad Nadeem yesterday, wheeling away. That's a lovely finish, that's a really well taken goal. And relegated or not, Pakistan can just take such a fillip in terms of the way they've acquitted themselves in this part of the FIH Pro League, because they really could have got their heads down when they lost heavily against Belgium. They've got some big players out at the moment, Sufyan Khan and Hanan as well. He's a skillful player.
Yeah,
Shahid.
Yeah, definitely. As I say, a lot of the Pakistan players will be thinking it's not just about the Pro League standings at this stage. You're prepping for World Cup. We're going to see this fixture at the World Cup. So if you can, like we said against the game against India yesterday, if you can get a good marker, that's going to give you confidence going into the fixture that will happen at the World Cup.
Getting some form of result for Pakistan here is a massive opportunity, isn't it, as it's picked up by the other Rana, Waleed. Changes the complexion of the group very much if Pakistan get a result here, as the ball goes down the line from Arbaz Ahmed. Clattered in by Ahmad, and out to play. England don't need to panic, but towards the end of the first half, it's Pakistan 1, England 0.
And I think looking at the goal, having noticed how the game's gone so far, when Pakistan commit numbers forward, they have opportunities. Yeah, we've seen 1 versus 3s where they might eliminate the first player, but it's highly unlikely to break through after that. We saw there with the goal, we had numbers forward, allowed them to scramble it across the goal when someone was there to tap it in. If they can do that more, they'll have a lot more chances.
Nicely in by Roper. To play it in from there because Wallace had played it 5 before. And of course there is a chance. I'm trying to rack my brain. So I was in the Netherlands the year after. It was the year after the 2014 World Cups, 2015 obviously, and it was 40 degrees in The Hague. There is a chance the World Cup could be very, very warm. So it can't be an excuse at all. As Baz, the year I'm thinking of, it hit 40 degrees in The Hague. It's an event overlooking the Prime Minister's office. Middle of the, I want to call it a lake. It's probably not a lake in the middle of The Hague, but that was where I was.
Yeah, looking ahead to the leg that's going to be at the World Cup in Amsterdam. This summer, it can get hot there. You know, those September periods, it rains a lot, but that summer it caught me off guard when I went there. It can be really hot, and again, not much aircon going on over there, so this is going to be great prep for those teams that are in Amsterdam.
All inside, catches Royden Turner on the way through. Pakistan, of course, 3 times winners of the Olympic Games. Also 8-time Asian Games winners. The last time that happened was 2010, the first time 1958. They'll be off to Nagoya to try and upset the apple cart in Asia. Sanford misses that one. Taken by Hooper. Aerial ball. Looking for Waller. Oh my word, that was a take and a half by Zach Waller in a penalty corner. That is one of the plays of the season that I can remember, because the aerial was monstrous. And then Waller, when he had no right to take it down, did so and then won a penalty corner.
Yeah, and again, you might not hear it back home, but from the commentary box, you could hear Mazzarello in goal telling Hooper, 10 seconds, go long. That's exactly what he did. Big monster aerial, and what a take by Jack Waller. And it gives England a chance to level the score just before half-time.
I've literally just taken a note of that for our potential plays of the season, which we do get asked for. It helps me that the hoop has gone for the end of the second quarter as well. And England have another penalty corner. Just about ahead in the penalty corner count, but Pakistan ahead in the game. Hooper comes back, no advantage, Rhea Ward. They're down in the circle. Salisbury will inject, and then Hooper and Ward will look to inject some pace in the top. Hooper it is low. Ward swings and rear Ward given. I don't think that would have counted even if Ward had connected there, because Sarah Wilson was on the whistle before Ward came in here. In fact, it came up onto him anyway. Ward, slap, another penalty corner. Rear Ward after rear Ward at the moment. England players forward, because at the end of this it will be half-time. It's in the net, but it's gone Pakistan's way. And the two teams wander their way to half-time. And they'll be glad of the breather. It's a bit of a surprise at the moment. Third place England. Finding it warm going. Pakistan have a lead here. And it came through their number 8, Waheed Ashraf Rana, with the overhead smash. A smashing start for Pakistan. And now a well-deserved hydration break, team talk, and time out of the sun. And we'll be back with plenty more from Lee Valley after this.
Don't know if he's keeping himself some drinks in there, maybe some towels for when people come back short corners, but if we think the players are hot, spare a thought for the goalkeepers at the moment.
Yes, warm under the padding. Welcome back to the second half of action in the FAH Pro League, where the bottom and relegated side, Pakistan, are doing their utmost here to convert a lead at the end of the first half of action into their first win of the Pro League. And blimey, what would it mean to this Pakistani team? Bowie, Aubrey, Lee Morton. James Aubrey's importance to this England team can't be understated, can it?
No, he's a key player, not just on the pitch and the quality he possesses, but he won't be happy with how it's gone so far, and he's going to be one of the vocal players in the team that is driving everyone forward and making sure that he sets a standard, and if he's on it, it'll be key for them to get back into it.
Park. There's the free hit just outside. Bowie goes to take it. Those two rush miracles today. Aubrey. Kashmir sitting out. The likes of Lee Banjarak sitting out as well.
Yeah, and a big call to keep him out after how he's been performing in the goals, and from that first half it looks like he would have been a player that would definitely have enjoyed this kind of game, but England have ample quality in that forward line, so it's just a case of who can step up.
Moeen's just given the ball straight to Tom Sorsby. Talking about stepping up, Sorsby, Abu Bakr was there in an instance and stole the ball away. Goodfield does well running back. Moeen again. Bounce pass into the middle of midfield. Good from Nick Park, who heads off, scampering after the Pakistani players are clear. Zakaria, who plays for the Bijli Char Red Club. Of course, they tend to centralise their programme in Lahore, that wonderful stadium.
I'm unfortunate, I've never been there.
Neither have I, but it's meant to be, it's the biggest, I believe, the biggest hockey stadium in the world. Or there's always this argument about it, because the Birsa Munda in Rourke is the biggest seated. I believe the one in Lahore is the biggest overall. I've never been, sadly, either, Lee. Ball across, all collected. Trying to get down to trouble. Mohamed Abdullah. Do you fancy a Scotland or Great Britain tour to Lahore, do you, Lee?
I would absolutely love that. You know, we spoke in the game yesterday about India and Pakistan being two of the big names in hockey from a historical point of view. I've been to India, but never been to Pakistan, and I think it would be fantastic.
Cooper. As Moeen came back. Ball down the line and a nice touch on. Good from Park, but better from Arshad. Yeah, supposed capacity of 45,000. With the Birsa Munda being the biggest seated. The National Hockey Stadium Lahore is the one I was referring to. And it remains Pakistan 1, India yesterday beat them. Today they're beating England 1-0. Pakistan looking for their first win here in London. Waller looks for Sorsby. Ward goes high, left-hand side. Sorsby waits for the run of Fox, uses him originally as a decoy. Here's Fox, still going, popping it in. And past Bowie. Roper. Ward tries to emulators in at Rana. Mahida Ashraf Rana with the overhead earlier. Hot day under the mask for Sam Ward. Roper turns, that's going to hurt. Penalty corner given. As the Pakistani player limps away. It's Waleed Rana. The players in front. Abdullah it was who got hit. 10 minutes left in the third. Roper and Ward, top of the circle, Pringdon. Sam Ward it is. Big old deflection, rear wall given as the runner, Abu Bakr Mahmoud, ran out. Save from Ali Raza. Roper unable to breach the defences of this Pakistan team, who are still trying to get the kit off the pitch, and that's well done by the now removing his knee guards, Mohamed Abdullah.
Yeah, we saw that, another piece of great defensive penalty corner from Pakistan, which has been a key to them in this game, where it's number one runner.
First touch off for once. Collected, moved on by Ahmad. And then out of play by Abdul Rahman. This is more how you envisaged the first half going, but it shows how well Pakistan played in that first half. That wasn't far away from Roper.
Yeah, well executed attack there. They created 2v1 down the right-hand side. Great ball from Wallace into Roper. Yeah, he's normally so good on his backhand. Just putting that wide, I think he'll be disappointed. But England will be happy that they've started this third quarter strongly, creating chances. But the Pakistan goal still remains intact.
239th cap today for Phil Roper. 33 years of age. Played a course at Sorma Hockey Club in the Hockey India League. Likes a Harmanpreet. Voila. Back to Fox. Sanford. Ball in to the edge of the circle where that man Abdul Manan collects once more, and then Gordon Turner tries to win the free hit. England get a long corner. Waller again. Wallace couldn't break through. It's a funny one. It's sort of game that would suit, you would imagine, Zach Wallace, but he's had a quiet game so far as Albury goes and has a go. Roper still going. Now he pulls it back. Ali Raza is there, and Pakistan try and work the ball away and win the free hit. What's your view on that, Lee? Wallace, this, I'd imagine Pakistan's sort of team he'd love, you know, being creative against, and he's been fairly low-key through the game so far.
Yeah, I think that's just been because of how good the Pakistan backline have been. I've been so impressed with the last-ditch defending, putting body on the line, and then in terms of outletting, they've been so confident. Some of it looks risky, but it's been working and it's been paying off. I think, yeah, they've kept him quiet, but not just Wallace. A lot of the England players have been quite quiet because of how good they have defended.
Sitting very deep, allowing England forward pressure onto them. Abu Bakr has been, he's organised, literally stood at the back of the moat, and he's just barking orders. Go here, do this, do that, and listening to him with a smile and a nod is Nadeem Khan. And the longer this goes on, the more frustrated England become. And of course, the danger is as well. Pakistan on the break, and Ollie Payne will be very aware of this. If Pakistan suddenly break, it's a really dangerous scenario for England. Ball across. Oh, lovely finish. And a fabulous goal from Phil Roper.
Yeah, we spoke about it a few minutes ago. He's normally so good on the backhand. He'd be disappointed his last one was off target. It falls to him again, and he's not going to miss 2 in a row. And yeah, just as we spoke about Pakistan trying to hold on, England have found a way back in.
Veteran gets England onto the score sheet.
Yeah, that's a really good finish. It was good play from Fox down the right-hand baseline. It's just such a difficult height for any goalkeeper to save.
Goal for England. It's actually very, very similar goal scoring between England and Great Britain. So Roper gets England back to parity. These two teams, was it 2-2 a couple of games ago when they played?
Yeah, I believe the one before last. So the last one was obviously that one in the World Cup qualifier. It'll be interesting to see now how Pakistan go. They don't have that lead to hold on to. Will they commit numbers forward, or will they just think we've frustrated England long enough, we can keep doing it?
Ball across, no danger. We say the one before last, like it was yesterday. It was 2018 on the Gold Coast in the Commonwealth Games. It was 2-2 draw. Before that, the one before that was the Hero Champions Trophy 2014, where England won 8-2. Before that, you go back to 2013. A long time ago.
Yeah, I knew there was some gap between the games, so I didn't go for the year. I played it safe. Yeah, we see on the sideline here, it's 36.1 now, so it's getting even hotter as the game goes on.
Taylor. And it's unsurprising with what you just said about, I know we keep going about the temperature, but it really is warm, 24 circle penetrations to 5. But it's unsurprising then that mistakes will start to creep in. And I think the point that Manpreet made yesterday was actually that just in this part of the world, unlike in India, Pakistan, Australia, name other hot countries, Spain, for example, they're just, you know, not set up in the same way. There isn't the air conditioning. You can't get out in that way. It almost makes it feel more overly warm.
Yeah, I think you find it here maybe with how the standards, it's quite dry and stuffy, so I think we'll start to see mistakes, but then it's part and parcel of the game. You're going to have to accept it. What I still can't understand is how Junaid Khawaja's on the sideline in his tracksuit.
Yeah. Made of stern stuff. Nurse. Still got his bucket hat on as well down there.
Good fashion choice.
Nice from Hooper. Swansby spins. Tried to take the ball with him, as we've seen him do so many times for Den Bosch, and soon to be for Amsterdam. Ball from Kalman. Ward tried to get that one away as well. Stepped in bravely by Nadeem Khan. Penalty corner to England once more. England now into double figures on the penalty corners. Hooper. Waits for England. It will be Hooper. It's over the bar. And the umpire here is going to check this for whether it was off the player, the body, or not.
Sophie? This is my own referral. I'm going to give a stroke. Can you check for me if it's a stroke or it was going right?
So body you stick on it.
That's right.
Strong umpire. Saying he wasn't sure. Feeling it was off the body, otherwise he wouldn't have taken the referral. Well, that's stick, isn't it?
Yeah, looks like it could be stick or just on the hand. Yeah, he doesn't flinch, which made me think it might not have been body, but none of the Pakistan players at PC so far, they don't really flinch when they get hit.
And he just sent it up over the bar as well. And you see why Lim had a look, because it almost looked too good to be true, didn't it?
Yeah, and we could hear, I'm not sure you can hear it back home, but we could hear from a commentary box, Zach Wallace shouting for a stroke, so if it wasn't the umpire foul, I think England would have went up to the video.
The crowd that are in today, and there's lower numbers than they're planned to be, have really done well braving the heat.
I have advice for you. It is the stick, and you blow when the ball already passed outside the D, so you go the long corner.
All right.
And that's it.
Long corner given.
So I blew the whistle. The ball has went behind. I just need him. Yeah. So he's going to side the long corner. That's right.
Excellent all round from the umpire team.
And another great example of that great Pakistan PCD.
Now Wallace drives. Penalty corner given. Wallace surprised Pakistan there. And arguments coming from Pakistan now. You see the Pakistani players rushing to get kit to put it on. They have 40 seconds to be ready. Otherwise they have to go with whatever they've got. Hooper again has a chance to line one up. Ali Raza in goal. Ward, very clever. Another penalty corner. Sanford with the deflection. He scored a deflection in Bhubaneswar. From there, I think it was his first ever senior international goal, may have been his second. There's a helicopter coming incredibly low over the pitch as Hooper, good save from Ali Raza.
Yeah, it was a nice play in the corner just before that strike there from Hooper. Intricate play from England and great defence again.
It was literally a helicopter. I'm dreadful at judging metres, but it's incredibly low. Almost looked like it was coming into land in the shadow. You can see it cutting across the pitch. We've had some fly pass this week, some deliberate, some not. Penalty corner, Ria Ward. Sorry to lose concentration for a moment, but that genuinely looked like it was coming in to pick up James Bond or Lee Morton sat next to me. I thought it was about to be an announcement of the new James Bond, and Lee Morton was about to give up international hockey for a career on screen. Hooper, high, good save Ali Raza. Yet again, Ali Raza is continuing to be a thorn in the side of teams at international level. Nurse to Albury, Albury to Sanford. Bouncing, swing and a connection from Salisbury, but away comes Moeen Shakil. And now a rare foray forward for Pakistan, who have been pegged back to 1-1 here by Phil Roper's goal. Moved on by Nadeem Khan patiently. Khan who sits very wide on this right-hand side for his team. Now on to Mohammed Abdullah. Mohamed Abdullah playing hockey fives as he did in the World Cup in 2024 will be interesting. Very powerful player. Roper into the circle. Abdullah comes across, penalty corner.
One of your boys, you can just pick one, there's two of them.
Yeah, again, we spoke earlier about Pakistan being consistent, and it's their own turnover that causes this, and maybe just a bit of too much stick contact as Phil Roper drove into the circle there. But yeah, it came from Pakistan's own turnover.
Roper, of course, who played at Tokyo, played at Paris. That tells you everything. Looking up, former captain of Sheffield Hallam to win the British Universities competition. Cooper again, now Ali Raza again, and he hits the post as Gazanfar comes back to try and beat Albury to the ball and does so. And then away, break Pakistan through Abdul Rahman. And then on to the goal scorer yesterday, Nadeem, Ahmed Nadeem. Long corner, and that's what I was talking about. The danger of Pakistan now is, as we head towards the end of the third, all it takes is one break and they'll score or cause problems.
Yeah, and we saw there a 1v1 on the edge of the circles. Definitely not the kind of positions England will want to find themselves in, given how skillful that forward line of Pakistan is. But yeah, good recovery from Nuss, but again, great PCD from Pakistan has given them a platform to attack.
Abu back it over to Abdullah. Only been part of the action in these European legs. Albury watchful. The hooter goes. The teams will rush off again. Michael Royden Turner is limping his way to the sidelines here. I'm not sure what he's done, but he doesn't look overly happy about it. England back in the game. England 1, Pakistan 1. Pakistan have defended resolutely here. They've had a late breakaway, which didn't threaten Ollie Payne's goal. England looking the team in the ascendancy at the moment. 15 minutes left to play. The second day of action from this last Pro League leg. Lee, we're going to have a look back at the highlights of this one, and it took quality from Phil Roper to get England back to 1 apiece.
Yeah, he had a few chances in the third quarter, and then finally on, I think maybe the second or third attempt, he found the back net. We saw that was the one just before he scored. He sends it high and wide, but we see here, keeps it on target, and a really nice finish to bring in England level.
That's a good save, Ali Razu. Straight at him, but he still had to save it.
Yeah, we saw it there in the highlights. Quick succession of corner after corner. And yeah, that Pakistan defence has held firm and kept England out.
It's a bit of a traffic jam in the tunnel at the moment because Pakistan have made it the furthest in. England are huddled just about in the shade. Junaid continues with the Ben Stokes-esque look. Very protective of his players. And his coach Junaid.
Yeah, I'd love to know what the team talk is for Pakistan here. Are you going to stretch out to try and go for the win, or are you going to keep trying to frustrate England? And then, like we saw after the corner,